I'm a huge horror fan. I love the classics like Halloween and Nightmare on Elm Street, you know, the big ones, and Friday the 13th is definitely up there for me. It's been a long while since I revisited these movies, and as it's October 2017, I thought I'd revisit the entire series. So we're going to start today with 1980s Friday the 13th. Should really be called part 1 because there's many to come after this. The basic plot of the movie is they're reopening Camp Crystal Lake, and a load of these teens are travelling up there to get the place ready for all these kids to arrive when, wouldn't you believe it, they start dying in extremely horrible fashions as mythical killer Jason Voorhees begins to take out his victims one by one. This movie has a lot of the tropes that you see carried forward in other movies and that sort of are referenced by, say, Randy and Scream and later movies that get a little bit meta. It's got the cabin in the woods, it's got the teens that are just there for sex, you've got the one final girl who doesn't want any part of drugs, drink or sex but manages to survive at the end. You've got the scary old guy from the town, Ralph, who's, you know, telling kids that they're doomed, and things like that. We've got some good special effects done by Savini here, and it's directed by Sean S. Cunningham, who creates a pretty good, pretty exciting first entry, unbeknown to be a series at this point, that would evolve into something bigger. It tackles some certain things as well, like by having a female as the serial killer of the movie. It is all hinted towards that it's Jason Voorhees, but in the way the camera shoots, by doing the thing that Halloween perpetrated and having that point of view camera as it stalks people or walks up to people, is pretty interesting. And you know it's going to be somebody unexpected by the way the cast turn around in the movie and they're like, hey, what are you doing here? Why are you carrying that large machete? It's got lots of fun moments like that, but unfortunately the cast isn't that memorable. The most memorable thing about it is the final battle, which I found very interesting, and I couldn't remember it being as long as it is. You get the killer turning up, meets the final girl, and then they have a battle all over this camp. They kind of go through different rooms, run about, chase the different things until they get to the lakefront where the ultimate pairing off happens. There's some nice design in amongst this. The fact that you never see the colour always keeps you kind of mysterious as to what's happening. The fact that it does these whiteouts when somebody dies and a little bit of a slowed down camera movement is a really nice kind of touch that you don't really see much in later movies. It's an interesting aspect to this. And then you have the gore and the special effects, and they are, to be fair, pretty damn good. There is some fairly nice kills in this, and I'd have to say, like, one of my segments I'm going to do in these reviews is my kill of the movie, and my kill of the movie, this one I think is an easy choice, and that is Kevin Bacon's death by arrow in the movie. It doesn't look great nowadays, but it has that kind of hokey practical charm that really kind of works for me. I like the fact that it doesn't look overly realistic. So yeah, Friday the 13th Part 1 is an interesting movie. It's something that starts a legacy of movies going forward. It does all the basics. It is very 80s in style, even though it's probably filmed in the late 70s. It's got this cast of pretty much forgettable characters going to a location and being picked off one by one. It's got some nice actual practical photography. It feels as if it's been taken to a cabin in the woods and shot there, and I like that it's actually made that effort. I just wish it was a little bit better with the characters. Still, I can forgive it because it does have some interesting touches with the special effects, like I said, and some of the set design is particularly nice, and I like the kind of mystery aspect and some of the stalkerish camera work that Cunningham does here. I gave Friday the 13th Part 1 3.5 out of 5 for the series. It's a good solid start, and I can't wait to get into further editions to see how it's going to evolve, change and move on from there. So what did you think of Friday the 13th Part 1? Let me know in the comment box below, and I'll see you next time on Man vs Film.